The American Revolution was a monumental event in world history that took place between 1765 and 1783, leading to the birth of the United States of America. Emerging from a growing rift between the 13 British colonies in North America and the British Crown, the Revolution was fueled by a desire for independence and self-governance. The roots of the American Revolution can be traced back to the aftermath of the French and Indian War, when the British government decided to impose taxes on its colonies to help pay off war debts. The imposition of the Stamp Act in 1765, which taxed all printed materials, was met with fierce resistance from the colonists, who argued that they were being taxed without their consent. The rallying cry of "No taxation without representation" became a unifying call to action that galvanized the colonists against British rule. Tensions continued to escalate with the implementation of further taxes and measures, such as the Townshend Acts and the Notorious Tea Act, which led to the famous Boston Tea Party in 1773. Colonial opposition took a more organized form as groups like the Sons of Liberty emerged, and prominent leaders, including Samuel Adams, Thomas Jefferson, and George Washington, became influential voices in the fight for colonial rights. As sentiments of resentment grew, the First Continental Congress convened in 1774 to address grievances with the British government. However, when diplomacy failed, armed conflict broke out in April 1775 with the battles of Lexington and Concord. This marked the onset of full-scale war between the colonies and Britain, rallying the colonies to unite under a common cause, independence. The struggle for independence was arduous and fraught with hardships. The Continental Army, led by General George Washington, faced numerous challenges, including limited resources, harsh conditions, and the formidable British military. Yet, determination and strategic alliances, most notably France's support after the Battle of Saratoga, turned the tide in favor of the colonists. In 1776, the Second Continental Congress adopted the Declaration of Independence, drafted by Thomas Jefferson, proclaiming the colonies' right to self-rule and framing the philosophical justification for rebellion. The document laid out the foundational ideals of liberty, equality, and the pursuit of happiness. The war culminated in the significant victory at the Battle of Yorktown in 1781, where British forces, under General Cornwallis, surrendered to American and French troops. The Treaty of Paris, signed in 1783, formally ended the war, recognizing the sovereignty of the United States and expanding its territory to the Mississippi River. The American Revolution was more than just a war for independence, it was a watershed moment that inspired democratic ideals globally. It dismantled colonial rule, setting the stage for the establishment of a new nation that would grow into a symbol of democracy and liberty worldwide. The revolutionary ideals continue to influence freedom movements across the globe, underlining the enduring legacy of the American Revolution in shaping the modern world.